Welcome to a new daily top AskReddit video. Today's topic.
What is your NSFW secret that you are proud of? Back in the early days of online dating, I met a paraplegic girl in an AOL chat room who was a virgin. We were both 17 years old and we became friends. After a couple of months she asked if I would have sex with her as she wanted to lose her virginity. I drove 45 minutes to her town the next day to get the job done. We ended up having sex weekly for a few months when she asked if it was okay that she gave a friend of hers my number. I was like, sure, but why? She was a little uncomfortable telling me and assured me her friend would explain when she called. The friend called me a couple of days later. She was also disabled and they became friends in a support group. Apparently my friend had talked me up and had given permission to share me with her as she was also a frustrated virgin, and so that next day I drove out to her house and we had sex. I ended up going back and forth between them for another year and even made a porn video with one of them. We eventually stopped seeing each other when I went off to college. If either of you are reading this, hi guys. I need you to do an armor. 'Cause I have questions. Things these girls have multiples of, orgasms. Sclerosis. I understand where they're coming from, as a disabled woman myself. If you are born or become disabled very young, you are basically told that no man will ever love you because you're broken. Some people will go to extreme lengths because they have been told they are unattractive, and just want to know what it feels like. I had the same fear growing up. Even just getting a guy to date me was hard. The only person I ever dated before college was my best friend, and he only agreed to do it because I was convinced no one would ever date me, and I just wanted to know what it was like to have a partner. I became extremely lonely in college seeing everyone have partners and some even get married. I used the internet to hide my disability and only dated long distance. I even targeted ace people who would be less likely to judge my body. I did end up dating a guy halfway across the country who was a part of my online gaming group, but then I caught him cheating and we broke up. I ended up dating the other girl he was with, and she really helped me realize that I was more than my limitations, and I'd have better luck if I put myself out there honestly and showed confidence. Thankfully, she was right. I now have a wonderful boyfriend who finally got me to come out of my shell, and has been extremely supportive of helping me explore sexually. I know I'm very lucky, and that makes me sad tbh. I thank you for doing what you did, because you may have been the reason that those girls realized that what they had been told for so many years may not be true. That's awesome. Never expected a response like this. To be honest, those two girls were amazingly beautiful and were probably out of my league. Even then I knew I was the lucky one. Only thing I had going for me back then was a driver's license and a hard dick. Lol. If you lay down on your bed with your head hanging off upside down, you sound more congested to sell being sick more. I thought you were going somewhere else with that. Not sure where you thought they were going, but it sure isn't to work. I didn't have a plunger, so I used a dildo to pop out the dent in the hood of my car. And I never told my husband how I fixed the dent, just that I did. If you fixed a dent in the car with a dildo, I would want to hear about the miracle. Terrible that you're keeping it from him. Lol. Probably best he doesn't know that the dildo can do another thing he can't. I used money I saved up selling foot fetish content to buy a house. My family thinks I just stopped shopping so much. I like this confession. It's got soul. Found out while dating I enjoy eating pussy. Had an ex-GF that admitted to me she stayed with me for over half a year after she knew our relationship was over because of it. Lol. Username checks out. Not exactly a secret. Lol. I'm 42 goddamned years old. Munching box was just a chore I did for my partner's benefit. Until I met my girlfriend. Holy fuck, I absolutely love going down on her. I don't know why she is different than anyone else, but I don't question it. I know what you mean. The right pussy just makes you crave it. My GF, not anymore, she passed away in a car accident, used to sneak me into her house while her parents were home. It's not something too big of a deal or anything, but still I used to be paranoid ASF while sneaking in. She always found it fun sneaking me in. After sneaking me in, all she does is while I am there she would lie in my lap for the whole time and I would just listen to her endlessly, and OMG what I wouldn't give right now to get even a moment to spend with her. Edit. Didn't expect this to be seen by so many people, but thanks to all of you for your kind words. Edit 2. Guys, thank you all for your kind words again. Don't worry, I am okay. It happened a while ago. I am trying to get better one step at a time. Soon time will heal it all. This is so sweet and wholesome. I'm so sorry you lost her heart. Thanks for saying that. I just hope wherever she is starting with her bright eyes at me from a good place in the afterlife. I'm a director of housekeeping at a hotel and I've been fucking our human resources director for almost 2 years. Best part is no one would even guess it since they all think I'm a lesbian. BC I dated a girl for 8 years before I started working at this hotel and they all knew her. Sitting through harassment training with him twice a year feels like a fun inside joke now given the fact he's been inside me twice a day every year. 2 pumps and done. No need to brag about him and make us feel bad. That's efficiency right there. I had a bunch of super fucked up speech impediments as a kid and went through like 5 years of almost daily speech therapy to make me sound like a normal human. I've also had a lot of singing training because the therapist recommended it, even though I hated it as a kid. Because of this I have excellent control of my tongue and throat muscles. I am excellent at oral sex. My favorite with guys is deep throating and then using my throat muscles to squeeze. The noises the guys make are a huge boost of self-confidence. Thanks Mr. Stevens, you were awesome. Rip your inbox. And her voice box too probably. I had sex with a cover model. Not the cover of Vogue or anything, but she was a professional model. We had some mutual friends and she used to, in her words, flirt with me because it's funny to mess with shy nerdy guys. Quote, one night she pulled me aside and went down on me before progressing to sex. After the fact she said, you're actually more attractive than you give yourself credit for, but you're so bad about anything involving women. Well from now on, when some woman is flirting with you I want you to remember that you banged a model, and maybe you'll be less of a fucking dork about it. Quote, usually I discount this kind of post as just somebody's fantasy, but yours has the absolute ring of truth about it. We're still friends on Facebook. She will intermittently bully me over Messenger if I'm not in a relationship and bring that incident up. Usually to the tune of, don't tell me I did that for nothing. Quote, I charge power bank at work thus stealing electricity to charge devices at home. Such a shame disappointed. I always charge everything at work, from phone to headphones to power bank. The boss makes $1, I make a dime. That's why I poop on company time. Me and my GF used to go to a sex dungeon. Our room was always the busiest one. Fun times. Sex cauldron. I thought they shut that place down. I can balance on an office chair that spins without ever falling. What? It's not safe for work. This guy NSFWs. I made a girl come from just sucking her nipples. Yeah, it has more to do with her body and sensitivity, but man, I'm taking it as a win, too. Take the win, even with extremely sensitive and easy to come with nips, some fail very miserably. Like not even trying kind of fail. Some don't listen to cues, some straight up don't listen to blatant, harder, or, ouch, Jesus. I had a biter draw nip blood, no warning, no foreplay, just straight up nommed the nip to blood in one fucking bite. Then she went on to bruise my BFS dick by biting that, we sent her packing so fast. Take the win, you earned it. I think you may have inadvertently invited over a vampire. That I have a fetish for giant turtleneck sweaters. Like monster, chunky, mohair sweaters with massive collars. I get absolutely bricked the second I see a woman wearing any amount of wool. I used to be ashamed of it, now I embrace it. Closing parenthesis. Winter must be such a tease. Winter is coming, and so am I. Must have loved Velma from Scooby-Doo then as a kid. Absolutely. The turtleneck, skirt and knee-highs combo was exceptional. Hands clapping. I took a nude photo of myself for the very first time and I liked what I saw. I had a negative self-image since I was a teen and it took me years to finally love my body and who I am. Now this is some wholesome awesome stuff. I dated an armless woman who did more things with her feet than most women do with both hands. Gotta hand it to her, that's very impressive. Not necessarily a secret, but I've been told by at least 4 guys that I give fantastic head. I read a guide written by someone I was a fan of on Tumblr when I was a teenager and it changed everything. Thanks Evie, lol. Found it. https://www.tumblr.com/newreject/1411357674003/can-you-give-some-blowjob-tips-I-need-to-improve. Nowhere someone could find that guide. Just curious. I can squirt, have no gag reflex and take anal like a champ. Mom. Flushed. Go back to bed honey. Oh your poor inbox, and outbox, apparently. I don't know if I would say I am proud of it, but it is definitely weird. I have seen the skin of my own anus with my own eyes. Without using a mirror or camera. Just straight unbroken line of sight. Edit, to answer your questions, I was young and thin and very flexible. When taking a dump, I bent down and moved my junk out of the way and pulled the perineum section towards me, which helped me to see further. And I saw it protrude as a log came out. Yeah, but I've also seen the skin of your anus, so not that impressive. Had sex with a coworker. That's how my current relationship started. It was more lust than romance at first, but it quickly evolved into mutual feelings. That's me too. We always say it was a one-night stand that hasn't ended. 7 years, a house, a dog and still co-workers. My old boss used to call this occupational incest. He was 100% against any of our staff fucking. So one day we're at a little get-together with his wife, who explains he used to be her boss when she worked overseas. I can orgasm without touch. Can I ask how? Genuinely curious. I flex my Kegel muscles and it squeezes just right until I come. This inspired me to try, and I only tried for a sec, but I can definitely do it. Thank you for this new superpower, LMAO. Can do the helicopter impressively fast. Damn, try not to take off. My dick's so small I can't helicopter. Only jiggle a little bit. The mosquito, the light switch,